some vegetarian chili. I think I should call it vegetarian chili. I don't have any peppers. I'm kind of just getting rid of stuff that I still have in the house. So I have some celery, green onions, some zucchini and squash, and onions that I cut up and had for dinner. And let that brown a little bit. Those are probably going to cook really quick. I'm going to add a little more oil because I don't want it to burn. The veggies sauteed. I think this is a pretty good amount. I'm going to do a little bit of adobo, granulated onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of cumin, a little chili powder, a little celery seed, with my garlic. So I'm not going to use a spoon. I'm just going to pour it over there. Give that a stir. To add maybe 2 tablespoons of adobo peppers and adobo sauce. I'm mainly trying to get the sauce portion, but I don't want this to be too spicy because I'm cooking it for some kiddos' parents too, but I want to see if the kiddos like it. Mix that all around. The leftover ingredients. So I have this extra stout that I'm going to use to deglaze the pan. And yep, I'm going to put all of that in there. So I added the salt and pepper. And I want to make sure the stout cooks out, goes to deepen the flavor. I use just a little bit. Really, every time I add an ingredient, I try to stir it in all the way to make sure it's fully incorporated, just because I didn't want the alcohol simmering. I wanted to kind of make sure it cooks out. Now I'm going to add the other ingredients. I still have it on high, but I'm going to add the other ingredients, bring it to a boil, and then put it on simmer. So I got a can of dark kidney beans, of the chili mild beans, the pinto beans. That, because I added the beans in. So every time you add an ingredient, the temperature drops just a little bit. Prior roasted rotel, I did not drain. Can of, you never know what you might need to do with your hands while you're cooking. So I wear gloves just in case I need to do something that is like bare hand food contact. I used to be a food inspector, and I've always loved food and kind of making sure things are, sanitary, so to speak. So I'm gonna add in some chicken broth. And some chicken bouillon that I made the broth with. I'm gonna let this come to a boil, and then I'm gonna taste it, re-season if it needs to be re-seasoned, and then I'm gonna turn it down, put the lid on it, and let it simmer. So it's come to a boil. It's broth. Actually, the broth tastes good as is. This is where I start second guessing myself sometimes. Turn it to low. But I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Add a little bit more seasoning. And you know what? I know some people add sugar to theirs, but I saw somebody, I think honey would be a great way to add some sweetness and take out. So just a little bit more, a bit of honey. Chili, I like to get a good stir on it. I'm gonna taste it again, and then I'm gonna put the lid on it. Lid going on, but I am going to stir it up. I'm gonna break it down, meaning that I'm about to separate some out so that it can cool before bagging it up and putting it in freezer packs. And so this is what it looks like. So I got 2 got out. Looks like I over poured it, but I need to let it cool. This is delicious, filled with veggies, beans, not too acidic, not too sweet, pretty well balanced.